I've been through multiple body transformations, and I believe that optimal training is overcomplicating fitness for most people because it's being misunderstood. Here's the only 3 things you need to know to train right. The first principle that you need to understand in order to train right is consistency. This might hurt your feelings, but the fact of the matter is you will never achieve your dream body if you're not consistent. Because the reality is, and this is the reason that consistency is such a fucking powerful tool, if you're just consistent and that's the only trait you've got and that's the only thing you've got going for you and you don't train hard enough, your form sucks, you pick the wrong exercises, guess what? You can still make progress in the gym. You can still get closer to your dream body. Now, is it the best route to take? No, because ideally you're consistent and you have all the other things down as well. But if you are just consistent, you're gonna be way better than the guy who's got all the other stuff down and is inconsistent. Because the guy who trains consistently but imperfectly is going to make way more progress than the guy who trains perfectly but inconsistently. So if you're watching this right now and you don't know how to go about building your dream body, literally just start showing up. Go right now, go into your fucking maps, Google Maps, whatever you've got on your phone, look up gyms near me. And whatever local gym you've got that's most convenient for you to go there today and get a membership. If not, fuck it, Planet Fitness. It's better than not having a gym membership at all. Because the reality is you will figure things out eventually, but you have to show up first. For that to happen, for you to eventually figure out, oh yeah, this is what works for me, this is what doesn't, you've got to show up and initiate first. But if you don't show up, none of it's gonna happen. So just go and show up today, get that membership. Now here's the only question that I ask my clients to check if they're consistent. Are you showing up to the gym enough to train every muscle group twice a week? And now I know what you're thinking. Oh wait, I could do that training as little as 2 times a week. Yeah, some of my clients only train 2 times a week. And guess what? They still get good results because no matter what the fucking fitness industry tells you, you do not need to train for 6 days a week for 2 hours at a time to see progress. As long as you're showing up to the gym enough to train every muscle group twice a week, you will see results. The second thing that you need to nail in order to train right is form. One thing that the entire optimal training community gets right in terms of their beliefs is their beliefs around form. They believe that, at least a good amount of them believe that form is way more important than the weight you're lifting or how many reps you're doing with that weight. And they're right. Now again, do I think that most of them, or at least a good amount of them, overdo that? Yes, but I'm not gonna get into that. Having good form is infinitely more important than loading a lot of weight onto the bar or doing more reps. Because if you do 15 reps of barbell curls with crappy ass form and you're jumping up and down, then that doesn't make a difference because that does fucking jack shit for your biceps. Your biceps get nothing out of that. Following good form is actually fucking ridiculously simple, which makes me wonder why most people don't do it. But you're gonna control the weight when the muscle is being stretched and then try to contract the muscle as quickly as humanly possible without injuring yourself, of course. And so here's what that looks like in real life. On the bench press, when you're lowering the weight is when the muscle is being stretched. Your chest, your shoulders, your triceps, that's the part of the movement where the muscles are getting stretched. So you lower the weight slowly, and then as soon as you get to the bottom part of the movement, you explode up. Now, as you do more reps, the speed at which you push the weight up is going to decrease, which is exactly what we want because that means you're training harder with each rep, which again, training hard is good, and we'll get to that in a minute. And notice my phrasing here. I'm not saying on the way down or on the way up. I'm saying when the muscle is being stretched. Why? Because on another exercise like the lat pull down, the muscle is being stretched when the weight is going up. So you control the weight as it goes up and then pull down to your chin as quickly as you can. Again, as you do more reps, your lats are going to start to get fatigued and it's going to be harder and harder to pull the weight down to your chin. That is good. That is what we want. The third principle, and this is the one that people struggle with the most in my observation, and that is intensity. Bro, people will literally like argue with me and debate with me about, are you sure 0.9 grams of protein per pound of body weight is enough? Because I don't think it's enough protein. Bro, stop. You leave 6 reps in the tank when you squat and you leave 15 reps in the tank when you do bench press. Why are you concerned about the details? One of the most fundamentals of making progress in the gym is training hard. That's something that even the fucking bodybuilders understood 50, 60, 70 years ago. If you don't train hard, you're not gonna see results. I've made an entire video on what it looks like to actually train hard, but long story short, It should take you more time to execute your last rep than it did for you to execute your first rep. If your last rep looks the same as your first, I hate to break it to you, but you're training like a wimp. And if you're not following one of the most fundamental principles of training right, then I don't understand why you're concerned about the details. Enough protein, enough carbs, macronutrients, micronutrients, bro. Start training harder and that'll do more for your progress than any of those things ever will. If you follow all of these principles, if you train hard enough with the right form and you train consistently, I promise you, you're going to build your dream body.